Hello and welcome to How to Jazz Up Your eBay Listing Part 1. This is being brought to you by datatechnologyllc.com. So let's jump right into it. So our first topic is really to create some excitement in your layout. And here are the points. Let's take a look at these first, and then we'll see these in action on one of my eBay listings. So the first thing is avoid using plain text. Instead, you should add some formatting effects, maybe bold, some headings, some different colors. It's always a good idea to use some eye-catching effects in your text rather than just using plain and simple text. And you can do this by using applications like Microsoft Word 2007 or some of the free HTML editors that are out there. Next point is to create, like I mentioned, bold headings with greater emphasis on your text. And you may want to use this in some areas of your listing. Maybe there are parts that you want to be highlighted, or you want to get the reader's attention. So specifically use it on those parts for the text to stand out. The next point is try to include prior feedback from customers as part of your listing. I tend to do this a lot because I have some items that I resell quite a bit, and then what I do essentially is that add the feedback as part of my listing. This way the users can just see those comments right there. They can obviously get to that from using your eBay rating as well, but this just gives them essentially one-stop shop to look at those comments. Moving on, you should definitely be adding images and pictures to your item description. eBay essentially gives you one free picture, but you can do is add images and pictures to your listing by using hyperlinks. And if you don't have a website, there's lots of other free picture hosting sites like PhotoBucket and whatnot. So make use of those. Moving on, we have the next point as create tables to organize and highlight text. This is again one of the techniques you can use to separate some information and organize it better using tables. And then next one is if you have an online business, you should really be adding direct links to the website from several places within your description. And the idea is that you're using your eBay listing as a marketing tool, and if maybe the potential buyers interested in finding more about your services, they should really be able to click on these links that should take them to your website so they can browse for more products and whatnot. And the final thing is that we will be researching the optimal title for your listing, and this will be included in part 2 of this series. So enough uh, background information on this. Let's really put this to work. And so I will go ahead and switch to my eBay listing. And currently you'll see that I have two listings. I have a SQL Server DVD training that possibly has some watches, and then I have another one which is the SQL Server 2000 database admin DBA video tutorial, and not a whole lot is going on that. So this is actually the one we will be working on. I'm going to go ahead and click on this, and just to show you, currently I only have had 6 visitors, and this auction has been up for about a day and a half. I do have a picture on the left here, some information about the seller, and as you go down the list, we're going to be focusing on the description today. You'll notice that I'm really using plain format, which is okay, but it doesn't really cause any excitement for the reader. I talk a little bit about the SQL Server, what the DBAs can make nowadays, a little bit about my DBA video tutorial. Then I am actually doing one good thing that I'm using feedback from our past customers. I have the comments listed, the members, the specific item ID of the product that I sold. Then here's another technique that I would recommend, especially if you are using uh, selling maybe let's say a sample video, if you're selling videos or maybe some kind of thing that you can give the user samples, you should definitely do that. So what I'm doing here is I have free samples to this video series, and the users can simply click on this link, and it will go ahead and give them a little bit of taste of this product. And then finally, in my detailed information, I kind of go over what each of these specific lessons have. So all in all, it's not bad, but we do need to add a little bit of formatting to this. So the way I do this is I'm going to go ahead and click on revise your item, and it's asking me to log in. So let me just go ahead and do that real quick. And now we are basically in the editing listing mode. I'm going to go down to this part. There are two ways you can edit a listing. You can use HTML, which we won't really cover today. We'll highlight some of the things on it in a later video lesson, but the other option is to use standard, and that's what I will be using. I'm going to go ahead and do Control A, which is going to go ahead and select all my text, and I will do a copy. I go to edit, copy. Notice you could have done some of these formatting things right within eBay, but I just prefer using an external application. So today I will be using Microsoft Office Word 2007, and I will simply paste my listing here. Now I can do a lot of different things within Word 2007. Before I talk a little bit about what I will be changing, I did want to show you another uh, nice product that's out there. It's called Coffee Cup HTML Editor, and you should be able to get this free if you do a search on Google. We'll let you play around with the HTML, so keep that in mind. Switching back to Microsoft Word, first thing I need to do is add a little bit of a few headings here. So what I can do is maybe here I can go ahead and say SQL Server CD, because that's what we're trying to use. And in Word 2007 they have these things called styles. I'm going to go ahead and make this a heading 2, and you'll notice it gave it a little bit color. And then I will go ahead and do the same thing here. I will say feedback from customers, and I will do the same thing. I will highlight that and use heading 2 for that also. Then let me just do some cut and paste here. I want to actually have a heading for this that says free samples, again heading 2. Let's change it to actually videos. And then finally let me add, I'm going to actually go ahead and add a page break here. Well, that won't affect eBay, so let's just do detailed information on lessons. I will select that portion, click on heading 2. So now I have some headings in my listing. The next thing I want to do is add some formatting to my table. So for Microsoft Word, you can just select your table, click on this, and then go to I believe styles. Well, actually go to design under table tools, click on this, and look at this. We can give it a little bit of color. I want to use one of these. I think that looks good.